Hi, my name is Yasu, and I do Hitorigoto in my channel, which is talking to myself. If you wonder, it's a Japanese word. And I talk about my experience and also sometimes answer questions that's given to me um, based on my experience to um, battle my depressions and also like low testosterone syndrome, and then also I went through to treat my thyroid gland tumors. Basically, like I was really suffering a lot of health issues in the last few years or couple of years or so. And then officially, I'm done with all of my treatment. So now I can really answer any questions as the person who successfully finished those treatments. So today I want to answer the question that is, after you finish taking Effexor, do you feel that your mental sharpness has come back? And my answer to the question is yes, absolutely. So much better, so much quality, and I can really feel that my mind works faster. And for the first time in so many years, I can really feel myself and I really feel comfortable with it. To make it more specific, um, I stopped taking Effexor more than 6 months ago, and I'm hoping that this condition will stay the same or hopefully will actually improve more. But what I want to actually explain a little bit more is that it was really not like that until recently. So for those people who are thinking to take Effexor for your treatment, or you're taking it right now, or you're reducing it, or you're thinking to finish tapering of Effexor, and you wonder when you're going to be able to regain your mental sharpness, I'm hoping that I can give you some kind of directions based on my experience. So the first 3 months after I stopped taking Effexor, it was really one of the hardest time ever because of the severe withdrawal symptoms. It was beyond my expectation. I prepared for it because I knew that I would actually suffer from the withdrawal symptoms based on how everything was whenever I reduced Effexor, but completely stopped taking it and just reducing it, it's a very different world. Um, I was really suffering from the withdrawal symptoms. I didn't feel myself. It was so hard for me to concentrate. I couldn't sleep that much well, even though I increased the dosage of sleeping pills, even adding some new um, sleeping pill under my doctor's supervisions, but still didn't work much well. And I just felt so uncomfortable. I was so not balanced. Like I am all over. And my mind, there's no sharpness. But of course, I had things to do, work and everything. So the way that I did was that I made sure that, okay, today I would have to do certain things from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then 1 p.m. to, like, let's say 5 p.m. Then I made sure that my condition would be ready for it. And I guess in some ways, by reaching the point that I stopped taking Effexor, my mental health and also physical stamina and abilities and everything was much better compared to, like, let's say a year ago, 2 years ago. That is why, as long as I maintained everything, got myself ready for like 2 hours in the morning, like from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., everything was actually manageable. But the downside is that because I was really suffering from the withdrawal symptoms, as soon as I finished doing those tasks, I got crushed. And I felt very uncomfortable, low energy and everything. And then I had to give myself a rest. 1 hour, 2 hours. And then got myself ready for next work or tasks and everything. It was just so hard. I was really praying that please, my body and my brain, please get used to the condition without Effexor. I knew eventually I will reach that level. I knew that it's gonna take time, but just suffering from all of these visual symptoms, it was really killing me. And then, and also there was expectations from me, because whenever I reduced the amount of Effexor, of course I suffered from withdrawal symptoms, but only like 1 week or 10 days or sometimes 2 weeks and then so on. But when I stopped taking Effexor, the withdrawal symptoms, it really lasted for nearly 3 months, including it's really affecting my sleep. And it's really a bad combinations and it's just way too long. So yeah, even though that's why, like, I could say that even right after I stopped taking Effexor, I can feel sometimes that my mental sharpness really came back, but I couldn't hold it for longer. Until getting to 4th week, in the 5th week, I guess my body and brain really got used to it. And I can really feel my mental sharpness longer, and I can really allocate better. I can think and I can feel more clearly and freely. Yeah, I was really feeling that I'm recovering. But still here and there, like, I didn't feel myself. I could feel like my brain was working slowly. And one big change or maybe the moment that I can really highlight that, oh, my brain, my mental sharpness really came back and then stays with me, is when I realized that I'm done with my depression treatment. When I acknowledged that my life is already after the treatment and I don't really need to do the treatment anymore. And when I had the realizations, somehow it really cleared my mind much better. So now I can really feel my mental sharpness longer. So yeah, in my case, uh, 6 months after I stopped taking Effexor, with my confidence, I can really say that my mental sharpness really coming back. But one thing that I would like to emphasize here is my lifestyle is still pretty much the same when I was handling and dealing with my depression treatment, which is that I go to bed 10:30, I focus on my sleep, stick with my regular routines, and I don't socialize with people. I don't really see my people. I don't really hang out with my people, so that I can save my energy as much as possible. And that is why I think I have more energy in myself. I have more mental energy in myself to allocate. And now for me to actually articulate that, yeah, I think I'm really recovered. But I'm a little bit more cautious and careful how much I want to put myself out there. And what I meant is how much I want to go back to my lifestyle before all of my health struggles took place. Because if I let myself not really let myself, I really have to be careful that about I don't make myself too tired. Because if I get too tired and some kind of other life events take place, put and causing extra stress in my life, and then let's say I have another health issues, then probably I'm gonna repeat the same thing, like going back to my depression. I can see the pattern. So I don't really want to push to the limits. I always want to reserve some kind of flexibility and in space and in energy, so that when things are difficult, but I'm still have enough energy and everything to fight back and deal with. Yeah. I think I have grown up, and it's really interesting that even though I'm officially recovered, yet I don't really feel like going back to my lifestyle before everything happened completely. But I want to, how do I say it? But I'm getting bored with my life, which is actually a good thing. So I'm gonna go back to the world a little bit more. So let's see what's gonna happen. So yeah, let me just say that again, which is, has my mental sharpness come back after I stopped taking Effexor completely? Yes, but more or less after 4, 5, or 6 months, not right after I stopped taking Effexor. Yeah. So if you have any questions, please give me a comment, and when I have time, I'm gonna make a videos and then try to answer the questions, any questions as much as possible. So thank you for watching. For now, Jane, bye. Bye.